What else are you changing?
We changed our marketing firm too. We did that. We have GPS Productions this year, and they're out helping us with our inserts and advertorials, and hopefully with this parking shuttle thing, we're going to revise our map and make it a little bit more interesting.
Now, are there other things that we should look at that are going to be different, or? I mean, because it isn't an event we necessarily want to change a lot of.
No. We just want to. The entertainment is the most important, I think, too.
What are the kind? I mean, because
we do the bands on the Great Lawn, which finally, they got used to that. People weren't going on the, because it's new and something different, and now they're there, and the Jazz Lobster's the last band to play before the fireworks, and they have a huge following. People start calling us up, you're going to have them this year. And so
they go off at like 9 o'clock or a little earlier?
They do about 7:45 to like 9:15.
And the fireworks
they have bands
go off
all the
about
way up to
9:25.
them. Yeah, yeah. As soon as it gets truly dark, and Kevin gives us the okay.
Okay. But we'll go about 25 minutes. What did we get? About 10 minutes, and all of a sudden things started going a little.
I would say around 7 to 9 minutes.
Are we
in
at the
that
point
range.
where we can look back at it and it's funny?
Not yet.
Maybe not for us. Other people might be looking back and thinking
About another
funny.
year after you have a successful one, we'll be able to look back.
Yeah, it was.
But it also, I mean,
people were very gracious about it, though. I have to say.
We had one of the last years we still had the pier, and I don't know if people realize it was the old pier, which was demolished in, I want to say 99.
Yeah.
About the one purpose that pier served was fireworks, and it made it real easy because you shot them off the end of the pier. You had point out, and
you could have huge shells.
Huge shells. And now we're shooting them off a beach that isn't even as big as it used to be.
And the oceanfront is totally developed.
Right.
So
one more reason we shouldn't have developed the oceanfront.
No,
we had better fireworks.
Well, no. We have a wonderful city employees who are all prepared for that wind shift.
We've had the wind shift on us.
Wind shift.
I think Frank Gaynor got a little nervous the first year when a lot of the debris started floating down on top of us. But we've managed to survive all of it.
And it just happens, and it happens because everybody works really hard, and people come and enjoy it, and people are just so nice that day too. I mean, they just kind of like roll, and that's
roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Have there ever been moments? I mean, if we're telling stories, have there ever been moments people didn't quite roll with the punches that you can tell? You can tell?
Well, we could discuss.
Should we throw Mrs. Kleiberg under the bus?
No.
Well, I guess we've had some vendors that didn't cooperate and do not come back the following year, and we do have situations like that. Funny at the time, didn't like the spot, refused to move, but we have all that under control because once again, we're gracious. We don't want to upset anybody, but when it's 99 degrees, you can't have goldfish in a tank.
No, it doesn't work.
Right. What percentage of well, let me ask you, how many vendors are we talking about? I mean, the tents start just to the north of the hotel. Well, actually, they start right by the conference station.
Right.
And
go
head
all
north.
the way to Seaview.
All the way to Seaview.
We have approximately 100 craft vendors, around 25 food vendors, and then the corporate sponsors are the ones that are generally towards the hotel.
And the Long Branch we have Little League, we have the Elks, the Historical Association. We like to, the high school
churches
band.
are out.
Right.
Absolutely. But right now, we walked it off the other day, and there's probably 175 spaces on that we can. But they're full. They're full. So
how many are back from last year?
Food, everybody.
Literally everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Crafters, everybody that we want back.
Yeah, and we've had to turn some people away because in certain things you don't want it all one thing. So we are sold out on jewelry space completely, and we do ask for handcrafted. We make them give us pictures so we know what's there.
Must be nice not to have to beg. that you get to choose as opposed. I mean,
Well,
the first couple of years it was.
It was, and there are, just so people will say, oh, I saw something that was not handcrafted. If someone came in 18 years ago when we couldn't get anybody to come in, they are grandfathered into it because we felt they had faith in us, so we want to have faith in them.
If there were a couple things you could wish for to make the day perfect, what would they be?
The weather.
Weather.
Right off the bat.
That's the number one key.
That is, and
it's not a rain date event.
No. The only thing that would ever be postponed would be if they could not shoot because of very heavy rain.
Right, and
but
we
the
had
event
that
itself,
1 year.
One
One
year.
Mm-hmm. 1 year, and there was nobody there, and it was an easy decision to make. And unfortunately, the next night you do not get the full crowd back.
No.
Now
Everybody
we
has
would
plans.
this year. We would this year because it's a weekend, but that doesn't happen all the time.
No, I don't. It has to have happened that we've had the 4th on a Friday before. It has to be. But there was 1 year we even changed the date where we were to make it, and then we just decided 4th of July celebration has to be on the 4th of July.
I think that was the second year they changed the date to accommodate a weekend or something, and it just made it very difficult. And I think
hard for Chubby to remember which date it was on if it's not the 4th.
It's like everything else, anniversary, birthday.
And 1 year we tried, because it was a weekend, to do a 2 day.
2 days.
That didn't. No, that didn't work
too
either.
much. You can't have volunteers for that.
1 day, 4th of July, biggest event in the state.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they can call us, email us.
222-0400. So anybody interested in participating, feel free to call. And thank you both very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
My pleasure.